Alrighty. Okie dokie, hokey pokey. I think we're ready. I believe we're ready. Yes, lovely. So I can start my 3 minutes of ads. Start that now. While... Oh, gracious. Oh, no. Oh my god. I almost dropped my ice cream. Whoa. Wow, that was lucky. Gracious googly moogly. I'm just trying to drop the sound on that. Oh my ever. There we go. That's better. Oh. Right. Well, we started that with a bang. That was great. Literally. Well, I have my lovely mint ice cream. Well, right. Anyway, here he is. Here he is. Day 89 of Naruto-ness. Naruto goodness. Naruto battling. And what a fine day it is today. Because we are officially in New Zealand time 1 week from Final Fantasy 16. We are in the final week. Oh my good googly moogly. 3 years since it was announced. Which, holy hell, it was only announced 3 years ago and they've been working on it for like 9. And we is here. And so I do apologise because I'm going to be talking about that game forever and always until next Thursday. And then I'll be talking about it even when I'm not playing it. I'm going to be talking even about it in my sleep. I'm going to be dreaming. I'm going to be dreaming about playing it after I finish playing it. It's going to be mental. It's going to be fabulous. And I'm oh so excited. But I will try my darndest to not be insufferable and annoying and repetitive until then. Yes, hello! Welcome in! It's my favourite... I was going to say my favourite scythe, but I'm not sure if that's where your name comes from. My favourite Yu-Gi-Oh player, how about that? How are you? How is today? Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, I have decided to go back to the drawing board on my jank deck because I don't think it's going to be jank. Basically, I was looking on an article and it said if you can try and build your deck around like an archetype. So I was like, ooh, what kind of archetypes are there? So I had a look and I'm like, whoa. I found there's 2 archetypes in particular because one of them doesn't really have spell trap cards around it. And I'm like, yes, this is it. So I'm putting the finishing touches onto it and then I will present my beautifulness to you and you'll just be like, what the hell is even this? But it'll be fun. Busy, a lot of work and cleaning, but okay, at least it was okay. To be honest, when it comes to stuff like work, okay is a-okay. I'd rather work just be there than ugh. Okay. Oh, we're slowing through these. But I don't think there were any spells or trap cards in this particular archetype. Because I was just like found a list of all the archetypes, and basically I just scrolled through. I'm like, ooh, that sounds pretty neat. I'll go have a squiz at that one. And I'm like, oh. And then the art on the card sold me. I'm like, yes, I have to include this in my deck. And then there's another archetype, which, shall I say, is fitting. It's a fitting archetype, which I hope hasn't given it away. And then again, it's actually okay. It's okay if it does. But anyway, but that one did have spell and trap cards, so I could build a deck around just that archetype alone, but I won't. I want to put this other one in. And there. Lovely. First one thinking of a super heavy samurai. Okay, interesting. Well, I can tell you it's not super heavy samurai. I can tell you that. But yes, you're right. It's the ninja one. Okay, I wouldn't be able to hide it if you got it right. So yes. It's a ninja deck and with something else mixed in. Oh, look at this. The AI is going so easy on me today. Oh my goodness. I am blitzing through these with a quickness. That's fabulous. Oh no, my ice cream. No spells and traps. Guess you could do some bugle. Calculator. Oh, calculation shenanigans. Didn't mean this is a test, but taking it with, by all means. Now, just, okay, to give you an insight into my mind, because I'm approaching it how I've always approached things like that, where the things that attract me, they're like, you know, I'm all about the fantasy. I'm all about, like, I've always been the kind to, like, you know, in my youth, when I was a young lass, you know, I would like write spell books, and I would do like, and then when suddenly I fell in love with like Naruto, I'd be like, oh, damn, like elemental warriors. And I can tell you right now, I'll give you a free bonus point. It's not elemental warriors. I think that's it. Yeah, elemental warrior. It's not that. So I'll give you that free one. But like, thinking like fantasy, like old styles, like old style, like medievally kind of fantasy, with a little bit of like martial arts, cool glowy colors, like glowiness. I would go so far as to say probably has Asian influences, possibly. And I would say your last clue is, I suppose, it's a very particular or very specific archetype, in the sense like it's not something broad like machine or sorcerer or toon or something like that. It's actually no, toon's a bit more specific, but like, yeah, it's not, hasn't got a very particular broad naming. And that's the last clue I'll give you. Oh, beans. Does it involve an archetype to No. No, there's no archetype, or it doesn't appear in any of those ones. Even though, oh my goodness. Oh, like, oh, those archetypes, like the, oh, what was it? Like I would say, if anything, it was similar to the Sword Soul one. I would say it's like similar-ish to that, I guess, in terms of aesthetic and in terms of influences in both art style and like the names of the cards. Ish. Well, to me anyway.
You're weak.
Right. Noki. Obito. Crusadia deck. Crusadia one was actually pretty sick. In fact, all of them were, to be honest, now that I think about it. Because it was one of them... Oh, what did I end up calling it? I ended up calling it a really, really weird name. I think I called it like Diablo the Dragon of Troya or something. Because I was getting like Diablo vibes mixed with like Castlevania, and then it had a whole bunch of dragons in it. So I was thinking of Spyro, but then I was thinking of Troya as in like in Final Fantasy 14, in the current post-expansion patches. It's like they've gone to like the Void Realm or something, and it's very like gothic-y. It was like Castlevania-ish. And it was, oh, I should have actually called it something Vania deck. Anyway, so just all of them were just beautiful, lovingly crafted. So I deeply appreciate them. In fact, they're actually perfect. And the Sword Soul one, oh man, that was beautiful. Come on, Anoki, you got this. Right, one more. Lovely. Third Raikage. This time I'm not going to pick the wrong character. And that one. Oh. But it's been really, it's been so fun going through and like building the decks out, because I'm just like I'm like going back in a time machine like 20 years ago to when, you know, first playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, in fact, it'd be more than that. It'd be like 21 years ago. Goodness. But, you know, just like getting this weird feeling like, oh my god, this is like a feeling I haven't felt in a long time. It's just, it's nice. It's nice. I'm really enjoying going back and putting this stuff together, because I'm like, oh my god, I remember this card. I remember this episode of the anime. Saying that nobody ever quits Yugo, it's always just a break. I like that. I like that saying. Because I think it's true. I've taken a very, very extended break. But it was one of those things that, like, that PDF that you sent. The one of, the one where they'd, like, created, like, the monster manual, but for, or, like, you know, the Shadow Realm denizens. Man, like, yes. Like, even after all this time, I'm, like, excited to see something like that for Yu-Gi-Oh! That was just beautiful. Beautifully done. In fact, actually, I wish. Oh, do I have it? No, I don't, and I hope Mum and Dad haven't thrown it away. In fact, I think my dad's thrown it away. The dual discs from the whatever the arc was called, where like they all go to the city and like they've got like the OG dual disc sort of thing. I had one of those. Like you pull the two sides down and you hold like that. And you pull the little tab and it goes like like that. And you can like put your cards in there. It had the little counter on top for your life points. It was just top tier. It was like a top tier like item that you could get from the shops. Oh, it was fabulous. It's still, even to this day, it still works. And cause I left it at Mum and Dad's, and because Dad does this huge clear out of the sort of, it's essentially like a junk room, but it was where me and the boy like left all our stuff that we couldn't take down with us. And the Dad's done a huge clear out. I can guarantee you he chucked it out, because that sort of stuff he's just got no, like, my dad is not a sentimental kind of person at all. Like, he's like, I just want to get rid of stuff. Whereas like me and my mum, hoarder extremes. So I wouldn't want to chuck it away, but I think he has. I'm so gutted, because it's like, I wouldn't say it's worth a lot of money, but it wasn't even that it's worth money. It's just like the fact that like I've got the OG dual disc. You know, back in the day, it would have been amazing. And then you got like an even better for all like your field cards and everything. There was this like little little pocket that would slip out, and then you put your field card in and you just like slide it back in. Oh. And then you've got your little like trap cards all slotted. You know, your cards, spell and trap cards all slotted into the thing. Oh, it was great. It was top notch. But now I can't flex. I can't flex my Yu-Gi-Oh cred. Because I don't have it anymore. Battle City. That was it. That's what it was. Oh my god, that brings me. Battle City was probably my favourite, like, arc. That and the VR one with Noah. Those are just some top tier nonsense. No, why did I say nonsense? Not top tier nonsense. Top tier just stuff. Lovely. Although the one thing, my next guess is a Burning Abyss, Mayakashi or Yangzing. No, no, and no. I'll actually just double check what they're actually called, so I'm not saying no to something that actually is, but I'm pretty sure. What is it called? Yu-Gi-Oh! And then oh no, it's not that one. It's yeah, nuts. Just double check what the Burning Abyss one looks like. Oh, it's not Burning Abyss, but damn, those look sick. Damn. No, but I enjoyed the Orichalcos arc. I wouldn't say that's a hot take. I'd say that is a quite reasonable take, to be honest. Okay, you are incorrect with Burning Abyss, even though those actually look bloody sick. But let's just say you're getting warmer. You're getting warmer. For me, the Orichalcos arc, it was one of those ones where, like, watching it, I was enjoying it the whole way. Like, it wasn't like I'm watching, I'm like, what even is this? Like, I was enjoying it. I was digging it. I was having a good time. So I think I just will always remember it as such. In fact, like so I loved it so much even, actually. So now this is gonna border on like sad territory, as in like cringe sad. But like, so what Bionicles, when Bionicles were in the height of their power, my sort of like thing I would do before like going to bed is I had all these Bionicle parts. I would make these characters, and I would just have them like underneath my pillow, my bed, and I would just like at the end of every night just sort of like bring them out and like just like lie in bed and just I've made up this big story with all these Bionicles. They're all like characters in my story, and I'm sort of like, you know, pretending to enact this whole big, you know, thing with them. And I had these like little like there was these Bionicle parts. They were like little like crystal-y looking things, and one of them was called the Seal of Orichalcos, because I just loved the name of it so much, and I just fully ripped it off the card, fully ripped it off. But I don't care. Like most of my like the world that I've sort of made in my head, like the world I've been crafting for so long, is just basically rips of like from all of the stuff, like all of this media that I've enjoyed over the years, and it's very shameless, but I don't care. I don't care. And just words like Orichalcos was, you know, I like it. I dig.
Resistance is futile. Amaterasu.
Fabulous.
Had enough.
Fur hire? No. I'll see if I can give you another clue. See if I can give you another clue. 1 second.
Battle begins.
And I'll actually just double check that there actually is no spell trap cards, and I'm not completely throwing you off right from the get-go, but I'm pretty sure there's not. Okay, I don't know if this helps at all. Don't know if this helps. All of the cards in it are of the same element and type. They're all monsters. Or actually, have I led you astray? Please don't tell me I've just led you astray. Hold on 1 second. 1 second here. Okay, hold on. Okay, those are the creatures. Yeah, okay, no, there is no one. Archetypes, okay. Now plays Kaguya. Sugetsu.
Battle begins.
Okay, so it's monster. Okay, no, yeah, okay, no, I lie. I'm not lying. There is no spell trap cards. None whatsoever. See, I'll see if I can give you some other clues without giving it away. Hopefully. I think. Let me just double check after I do this. I'm pretty sure every card in the set has like the exact same naming convention, in the sense that there's only one part of the name that differs in every card. And yeah, there's only one part of the card name that differs. I believe. Yes. Hashirama and Ino. Not Zodiac. See if I can find like when it came out.
It is my duty to protect the village.
Oh, and I've just found a reference. Oh my goodness. There's parts of the set that reference, or are not references, but have ties to Suikoden in terms of the 108 Stars of Destiny. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Damn. Okay, the first retail set to feature cards from this archetype was Cosmo Blazer. If that means anything. If that helps in yeah, Cosmo Blazer was the first thing. So I think it's I don't know if that's a fairly recent one or not. Oh my god, they're all Stars of Destiny. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, right, I'm so happy that I like that set then. If they're all, if it's all got, if it's got shares similarities and things with Suikoden, love it, love it. That's the one. Yes. I was looking at all of the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist cards and I'm like, Ian, I'm loving this. Yes, so you have to look forward to a Fire Fist and Fire Fist and Ninja. You've got a Fire Fist and Ninja deck coming your way, and I'm very happy with it. I've just got the last finishing touches to put on it. It is basically just me. A lot of it's just me picking which ones look the coolest. I'm judging a card's value on how pretty the picture looks, which is obviously not the way to do it. But you're gonna finish playing it and you'll be like, Frizzy, you have literally just made the best deck ever to ever be made in Yu-Gi-Oh! In fact, this deck is gonna be so good, it's like insta-banned from all the tournaments. Because it's just too good. So you have that to look forward to. I'm not just gonna break it. I'm gonna demolish, destroy, annihilate, eviscerate, decimate, atomize, vaporize, break. I'm gonna do it all. I just realised it's the fight of the old people. Come on. Come on. Bruh, come on. There we go. Gracious me. Right, hopefully that's the last puppet user for a while. Right, I've got B and Yankee Nata. The fights have started slowing down, which is, I guess, fine. this the 16 waiting room? Yes, it is indeed. Welcome, Bull. How are you? How are things? Speaking of 5 versus 16, it's a week to go. Oh my lord. Oh my lordy. My heart. Like, my heart literally can't take it. Like, hashtag literally can't even take it. Like, I'm about to explode. I'll just leave it at this. Not great at all. Oh. Hope you're doing okay. If you need anything, I mean, obviously not like physically, but if you need anything, like emotional support, moral support, general well wishes and praise, by all means reach out. I hope you're doing okay. If you can, play lots of Trials games to soothe your soul. Oh no, is it your thing? Oh no. Look after yourself. Look after yourself first. Do whatever you need to do to give your body as much ness as you can. Look after yourself, Bull. You've got a whole bunch of people that need you to pull through. And that sounded like, that sounded really like, that sounded like, for God's sake, pull through. But no, like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. A random organ or your brain can rupture. Oh my goodness. Stay calm. Play Trails or East or whatever else you need to play. Water, ice cream, blankets, cup of tea. Soothing videos on YouTube. I do find smooth jazz is pretty good. Oh hey, Insane Vanguard, what up? Has any of the names in the chat been fully done yet or close to? The closest, I think, is one of the Narutos. I think it's Naruto the 6 Paths one. I think you've got like 20 more to do, like 20 more fights with him, and then that's his one done. But after going through them all, they're all fairly balanced. Like, I would have thought there would have been like 1 or 2 that like I'm practically done. But there's like, I think the closest anyone is to finishing is like 20. I think the furthest anyone is like 45 or 46, so they're all fairly balanced-ish. I'm keen to know how. I'm keen to know like at what point have I like done something, like how close to the finish am I to have fully like completed someone, because then it's like you could do a whole bunch of, you could do a whole analysis on the fact that, you know, because these have all been randomly generated, like you only need to do 100 fights with some, or 108 fights with someone to like fully complete them as a character. And so like if it takes like 7,000 fights to do, then, you know, the power of randomness, I guess. Wait. And she's sweet. Oh, we had great times at work today. So there's been a project that we've been, I say, working on. There's been like a giant like 100-hour project that we had started maybe back in like March, where it was like a whole like intranet build. We had like meetings coming out of our ears for it. Basically like the first like 20 to 30 hours of it was meant to be like what we call discovery, where we have all these meetings with the client and we discover like what all their business processes are, and we discover all the stuff about, you know, what all the things we got to do for this project. And then the rest of the time will be the build work, because we've discovered what we need to do, and then we can do it. So we did all the discovery stuff, and then when it came to like proposing like the actual build solution, it was just a constant like back and forth. No, they want to do this, and then they want to do this, and then something changes, and they want to do this, and then oh no, now we don't want to do this thing, we want to do this. It was just constant back and forth, which is fine. You roll with the punches, it's okay. It's not like we were doing anything wrong, I guess. It's just their requirements kept changing. And then suddenly, like about a month ago, I think, actually a bit more than a month ago, their like new chief digital officer starts, and he's like, oh, I don't want documents, away with documents. I hate documents. We're going to do like wiki pages instead of an intranet. We're just going to create a whole bunch of wiki cards and stuff, and that's going to be our knowledge sharing. So basically, our like point of contact was like, hey, can we just, you know, while we sort our stuff out, can we just like put this on pause for now, and I'll sort of work on like a new structure, and we'll go from there. Like, we're not sweet ass whatevs. So we had me and my boss had a meeting with her today. So she could like sort of walk us through all the updates and, you know, how they've been getting on. And to say it, you know, to put it mildly, because she started talking, she's like, okay, you know, so like, just the way she was talking is like, okay, one of two things is going to happen. B, she's just making it sound dramatic, and actually, you know, we can go ahead. Or B, the project's like, they're pulling the plug. Thankfully they weren't pulling the plug, because then that would be like 40 hours wasted. But basically she's like, you know, the project's basically like just like thrown up into the air, and they're still deciding whether they even want to use like SharePoint as a document management system. Do we even want to use documents? Like they've just got no idea what they want. And so now they're looking into 5 like wiki tools or something, and so they've asked if basically the project as we understood it is now like no longer a thing, but what they want us to do is they're like, well, because our current intranet's broken, which is, or not really broken, but like rubbish, which is why we're even doing this project in the first place. So they're like, can we just use like the remaining time just to like fix what we've already got? like just go in and just make the pages look prettier and stuff. And we're like, yeah, I guess we can, sure. And so that was it. And then they said, oh, and can you also help like project manage the like the investigation and findings and testing of like these wiki tools or something? And my boss is like, I mean, like technically, yeah, we could, but we've got literally zero expertise in that, and that's not our wheelhouse, and whatevs. So basically, we've now just got to go back to pretty much just back to the drawing board, and come back to them with yeah, we can help with this, or no, we can't help with this, or all of that sort of goodness. So that's just great. Like 3 months later into a project, and it's just like, yeah, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But it's kind of like and it's no like absolutely no skin off my nose really. At the end of the day, like we're the ones charging them $215 an hour. You know, it's not like we've lost anything as such. Other than our hair, trying to tear it out every time they've changed it, things. But it reminded me of something that happened in our 3rd year of uni. So what, like the minor paper that I was taking was like a game theory? It's almost like, yeah, like game theory kind of stuff. One. And so one of the, so basically, you know, we, what do you call it? So the project we get, I think we got to work in pairs or something, and so we had to come up with, kind of what we had to come up with. I think it was just a game idea, I think. Yeah, it was just a game idea. Or was it a game idea? No, we had to be in, we had to be in pairs, and we had to come up with something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but anyway, so we spend a couple of weeks on it, and then suddenly, class starts on one day, one fateful day, and the lecturer or tutor comes in. And he's like, "All right, guys," and he just hands out this document to us, like printed out piece of paper to all of us. And he's like, "So basically, word from up top has come, and basically this project's been cancelled, and here's your new one instead." And we're just like, "Sorry, what?" He's like, "Yeah, everything you're working on, we're not doing that anymore, and you're going to do this one instead." And it was something else. I can't remember exactly what it was. Things like we had to make like an interactive display of for something, and we just like, all of us are kind of just like, what? And like after we got over the initial shock of like, wait, so everything we've been planning so far is all just like for nothing, and we're kind of like wondering like, wait, this guy's serious? Like what's going on? And then basically at the end of it, he's like, right, this is what working in the games industry is like. He says, you'll be working on a project, you will be putting your heart and soul into it. Oh, this is beautiful, this is amazing, look at all this great concept art we're doing for this. Oh, we've started putting the doing all the 3D models, and we've done all this stuff. And then at the click of fingers, that project's going to be scrapped completely, and a new one's going to be started back up. He says the reality of working in the games industry is that projects like this, or situations like this, are far more commonplace than you'd realize, and you need to be like, and if this is an industry you want to work in, you need to be ready for this to happen. You need to be ready for this to happen. Like, don't be like, obviously, put your pride and soul into your work, as we all do. But this is going to happen, and it's an executive decision by the suits up in the head office, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you just got to pick yourself back up, and then just carry on with whatever the next one is. Like, soz about it. But it was a good, obviously a very valuable, like, tell us that now while we're studying, rather than have us go into the real world and have it happen for real, and we're just like, nah, I'm fed up with this. Like, no, he's like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Get used to it. I'll do it to you now in a controlled, safe environment, so when it happens in the real world, you're not going to get as big of a shock. So it's kind of like a similar, not obviously not a game project, but you know, a project that's just at the in the blink of an eye, it's just being scrapped and we've got to go back to the drawing board. So I'm just like, huh. Well, I guess that lesson in uni was valuable. But yeah, one of the first warnings got in game design classes. Yeah, it's like, if anything, university, like studying game design at uni, was like the thing that made me not want to go work in the game industry. I came out of it 3 years later being like, yeah, screw that, I'm not working for a game company. For a multitude of reasons. Some of them was a personality thing. Like, I am not at all competitive career-wise, and in, you know, the world of design and gaming and interactive entertainment, it can be quite cutthroat, and you do need to be able to stand your corner almost, because, you know, if you're applying to be a concept artist on a game, you know, you're competing against other people who also want to be concept artists. You're also competing against freelance concept artists who have been working in the industry for like 20 years and, you know, live and breathe concept art. You're competing against industry veterans, you know. Like getting a job as a sound design associate at Bethesda isn't, it's not easy. It's not as simple as just putting some nice qualifications on your CV. And it's very competitive, like extremely competitive. And I'm like, I'm not about that noise. I'm good. Like, I'm fine. Yeah. And also very, very long working hours, like extremely long working hours. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. And the sort of thing that kind of like cemented it, I guess, even after uni, is there's a guy, there's an artist. I think his artist name is Lucid Pixel, but his name's Adam. I want to say his last name's Duff. Adam Duff. But he's got a YouTube channel. He does incredible art for. I think he's even done Dark Souls art. It's like Dark Souls, kind of dark fantasy, gothic fantasy kind of stuff. Absolutely incredible. But he does a lot of, I think he mentors, he's got like a mentorship program, but he does videos on YouTube of, you know, how to get over your artist block, or, you know, why I quit working in a game company. And so it was that video that sort of cemented it, because he said he was working, like, you know, he had a family, he had a wife and young kids, and he hardly saw them. Like, he lived an hour away from the studio. He would get home at 2 o'clock in the morning, go to sleep for like 4 hours, get back up, and has to go straight to work again. Like, he said the final straw, like, working overtime was normal. Like, you would be having your dinner on the commute back home and having your breakfast on the commute back to work. You know, you were with a passionate group of people, and he saw a lot of like passions die. You get all these young plucky people saying, I'm gonna make it in the game industry, you know, yes, I'm finally working for, I don't know, Naughty Dog or whoever, insert X company here. And then you're like, look at all this amazing art that I do. I'm like, you know, I managed to get in. I'm so happy. And they're like, great. Now, you're going to sit in this cubicle for like 8 hours and you're just going to draw busted cars, because we're doing a post-apocalyptic game and we've got a whole bunch of like broken cars. So you're going to be doing all the texture work for that. And they're like, oh, but like, you know, I'm interested in like Disney stuff. So could I do like all like the character animations? They're like, no. You're stuck with the like warehouse textures. You can do like NPC number 170,000 that only appears in this tiny portion of the game, and you're just in charge of like hairstyles. Like, you will not be working on what you want to work on, at least not straight away. You have to do the art style that they want you to do. You have to be doing the theme that they want you to do. Like, you lose your individual creative expression. And that's why a lot of people go freelance. So they can pick their contracts, essentially, and they can pick the kinds of projects that would let them flex the creative muscles that they want to. So we saw a lot of passions die in a game company. But for this guy's particular one, he said that one day he got so fed up with this grind, you know, the crunch time, that he left work at his scheduled finish time, like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the afternoon. I just packed up my stuff and I just left. Like, no, I'm leaving. And then the next day, he got called into HR to be like, what are you doing? Why'd you leave at that time? He's like, well, that's my finish time. And they're like, no. Like, no. Because now your co-workers are complaining that you're slacking off. And he's like, I just left work on time. Like, I did my 8 to 5, my 9 to 5, my 9 to 6 or whatever. Can I just go home? And then, so he got reprimanded for leaving on time. And he was like, that's it. I'm done. Like, I want to have a life outside of work. You know, I want to see my wife and child. Peace out. And he said, and that's very, very common. Obviously, working conditions, and with more media attention and eyes on when such like crunch periods happen, and developers are just like, screw this, because it gets a lot more negative attention and a lot more exposure when it happens, when people talk about it. You know, he hopes that it becomes like less and less of a thing. You know, that you can go to work and know that you can come home at a decent time. You know, it's almost like exploiting. You know, everyone would love to be able to work on. Like, if I was on the dev team for Final Fantasy 16, oh, amazing. In fact, I actually would like to, because Naoki Yoshida is known for looking after his team, like making sure that they're all good. So I'd actually love to, but like, yeah, just knowing that you can go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and you can leave at 5 in the afternoon, just without getting in trouble for leaving on time. It's like, you know, it's that sort of thing. But anyway, long story short, my game design degree at uni made me realize I do not want to work in the games industry. I'll happily play the games, as I'm doing right now, but I ain't gonna put myself through the hell to make them. Like, maybe in another life, and maybe if my technical skill was any better, I'd love to be like, maybe I should go work at a game company, but like not in any kind of like developer capacity. Maybe I'll just be like the health and safety person at Bethesda or something, I don't know. Maybe I'll just go and do I'll just go and do Bethesda's intranet. But then I'm thinking, they're now under Microsoft, who makes SharePoint. So there's not much point getting me to do the intranet if they've literally got the designers of SharePoint upstairs. So maybe not. Fabulous. Okay. Ooh. I've just realised I've got to run some more ads to kill those pre-rolls. So, if you don't mind me, I'm going to just super quickly run a very, very quick 3-min ad. I'll be back in 3 minutes for those of you who it affects. And for the rest of you guys, Thanks for hanging around. Okay, right, they're ticking along.
Battle begins.
Excuse me.
Sword of Nunaboko, be gone.
I swear to God, like I swear to the Lord Jesus, that I swear they always seem to have like, they seem to be able to use substitution way more than should seem natural. Like way more. Like I'm obviously imagining it, but it's just, I don't know. I just feel like they can always use it way more than I can. Maybe it's because I'm doing damage to them and it's slowly knocking the bar up, actually.
Battle begins.
Hell. Come on. Lovely.
Been decided.
Okay. Shikamaru and young Naruto. Actually, I've never think, but young Naruto's probably a character that I've done hardly any fights with. And also, after these two fights, I'm going to update the list because we'll be down to 4,138. fact, actually, I'm gonna do the next two fights because then I'll be on an even number. On an even number in terms of fights done.
Battle begins. Let's go, Akamaru. Let's go, Akamaru. It's over. Absolute bang over bang.
Fab. Gorgeous. Alright, now we're getting some quick wins under our belt.
Battle begins.
Get and no, not quite bring out. And will I get it now? Fabulous. Okay. Easy peasy. Right now, update the list to 4136. Lovely. I'm gonna do that. So I've got Daydada and Yanchoji.
Battle begins.
Might do 2 or 3 of these. Gorgeous. Alright, that's probably actually the fastest I've ever done with Daydara. And now Yanchoji. Right there. Excuse me.
Battle begins.
Oh, got him on the backswing. Kai and young Kiba next, so this should be way faster.
Battle begins.
Oh, almost. There we go. There. Alright. I'm trying to think what other life updates I've got. I feel like I've got more. Like, work's been... I thought this week was gonna go poorly, but it's been fine. I'm just excited. I'm just sort of just trying to get through till, you know, last until next week, where I've just got 3 days, and not very many meetings, which is lovely. And then Thursday, it's beautiful. Although on the Thursday I do have a therapy session on the Thursday, but that's fine. It'll just be a very interesting one for her because I'll be so happy and so overjoyed that she'll be like, oh, okay, so I'm guessing everything's fixing. I'm like, oh no, as soon as I've gotten over the 16 hype, it'll be misery again. But until then, and what else? That's all the main things, really. Sakamizu and young Sakura. Yeah, work's been fine. Home life has been
Battle begins.
interesting, to say the least. Very cold, I guess. Thank goodness I am a very cozy person, so I make sure we keep well stocked with blankets and mittens and slippers and socks. So even no matter the temperature, we're still very cozy. And my goodness, I feel like there's more. I don't think there really is. Right. Sakura. Sakamizu.
Battle begins.
I don't actually know. the only life updates really, it's not even life updates, it's just, I think the only thing of note that's really happened in the last couple of weeks is just all the game announcements and trailers that I've just been very excited for. There's basically just been my life for the last 2 weeks. Really? Although I do realise actually, I do need to get I need to work out what I'm going to do on Friday for lunch, because I'm going to be doing a full day stream of FF16. And I say full day, it'll probably be more like 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours. I need to get my breakfast and my lunch sorted, because I am not leaving the desk for nothing. Except if I need to pee, but like that's like the only reason I'll be leaving my desk. Because the boy recently bought a curved monitor, been all fancy like that, and I'm thinking, because he'll be at work, so I'm gonna hook up that monitor. I'm wondering whether I do all the hullabaloo of like switching the monitors over, or just like get a longer HDMI cable to go over there to hook up to the PC, which I think I actually might need to. Yeah, because I need all the beautifulness. And because then we're also going to have a bit of a problem when I'm not streaming, is because I'm going to want to play it on the TV in the lounge, and he's going to be wanting to play Diablo on the TV in the lounge. So we're in a bit of a pickle, because I think he wants me to be on the monitor, but then I can just say, why don't you be on the monitor? Yeah, I should actually do the Uno reverse on him and with that. Right, Guy and Sasuke, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Man. Lovely. Although, okay, I'm sorry, but I just have to keep talking about it. That's just like, it's literally been like one of the only things on my mind today, for like the entirety of today, is the 16 demo, which I still refuse to play. I know what happens in it, but I refuse to play it with my own two hands, which seems counter to it because I'm so excited about it. Like, why wouldn't I just want to play it? But no, like, no. Like, I've already, you know, prevented myself from getting the purest experience by the fact that I know what happens in the demo, but in terms of just like raw, just playing it, I want my hands on the controller when I'm playing it for real. But anyway, but what people have been saying, like, you know, as more and more people are playing the demo, everyone's just like, oh my good Google-limbo, like if this game doesn't win best performance, with Ben Starr as Clive, best story writing, best music and score, if it doesn't win Game of the Year, actually no, like, because in terms of the Game of the Year, everyone says that Zelda will win, just because of the fact that it's Zelda. But everyone's like, but if this game won Game of the Year, no one would be complaining. Like, well deserved. They're even saying, because now the Grammys, you can get a Grammy for video game music as well, and they say if Masayoshi Soken doesn't win a Grammy for this, like, or if it just doesn't even win best music at the Game Awards, it's a crime. Like an actual war crime. Like riots in the street kind of thing. And it just gets me so excited. Oh my goodness. And if it won best music and if it won soundtrack, if Masayoshi Soken got an award for this game, it would be insane and speaks to his talent as a composer, because like for a good length of time while they were developing this game, and probably a very good chunk of time, while they were writing songs for this game, he was in hospital with cancer, which he's now in full remission for. But like the story of him in, like, there's one particular track in Shadowbringers in FF14, and it was like, I remember I think it was the 2021 Fan Fest that they had. It was such like, you just like, it's so emotional to watch, but it was at the Fan Fest. I think it was a digital one, but that's when he basically like revealed that he had been in the hospital with cancer for like the last like year or 2 years. He hadn't told anyone on his team, and he didn't want anyone on his team to know, because he didn't want, you know, that to affect their work. He just wanted them just to, you know, carry on as normal. He didn't want a big thing about it. So he's writing stuff from his hospital bed. He managed to get a special arrangement so he could like do work and stuff from the hospital bed. And then he just said that like you know, when Shadowbringers came out and the reception and everything to Shadowbringers, and like, you know, just how much people were enjoying it, and, you know, all that was kind of like one of the things that just like spurred him on, you know, made it like, probably, you know, he says he you know, it's that like positivity and that thing that sort of helped him get through. And it was just, it's just heartbreaking. But then now that, you know, when they say that, well, yeah, we were like developing 16 or like ever since the Heavenswood expansion, you're like, oh my god, like they've been going at this game for ages, and, you know, and Soken's still writing absolute bloody bangers while he's in the hospital. And it's just like, my god, this man's dedication to his craft. And it's not like, because some people would see that, or it could be construed as, oh, like the poor man's got bloody cancer and he still has to work kind of thing. But it's like his passion and love, like genuine love for what he does, is like, he's like, I don't care, I just want to write, like this is what I love to do, like I want to keep doing it. And like just the pure love for the craft that like spurs him on, and just to be rewarded on such a like a prestige, I say prestigious, you know, to be rewarded at that level, you know, for that, it's just so incredibly deserved. And I love, and I live, and it's just, oh, it's just gonna be it's just gonna be so fantastic.
The victor has been decided.
Right, Lee and another.
Battle begins.
Just like roll off the edge. Beauty.
Decided.
Right. Hinata.
Battle begins.
Goodness gracious. Right, we getting the damage out now. Gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful. Alright. And we've got Lee again, and Asuma. Right, so after these two fights, I've got Mei and Youngshino. If I can, because I really desperately, awfully, vivaciously need a pee. So if I can get to 70 fights by 1 hour 42 minutes of stream, then I'm gonna go. Even though it's actually really, apparently with like stuff that needs to come out, apparently it's actually really bad to hold it in as much as you can. So it's probably not particularly good to hold it in. And I'm also playing a little bit of like Russian roulette with the others, because I could go out to go run and pee and they could be in the shower. And because they are boys who love their appearance, they take they take a hell of a long time in the shower. One in particular is a bit of a girl when it comes to that. And in fact, the girl in the house takes the least time in the mornings, just the least time in general to get ready. Which probably says more about me than it does them. Alright, which I think I actually might be able to, depending on how these fights go, because it is Mei and it is young Sheena. Beautiful, lovely. Alright, and then Sheena and Mei. God, I've managed to claw that time. Then again, I was lucky in that I did have had really good solid matchups, and the AI has been quite kind to me. So do you prefer rock or cube? Okay, right. Now, I'm going to super quickly gab it to the bathroom. I'll be back in like a minute. has my mic been off for? Imagine if my mic has been off for like the last 20 bloody minutes. Oh my god, giggly aunt. Wouldn't that be a goof? Imagine if that. Oh my god, what a goof.
That was a total piece of.
I really hope I haven't been muted this entire time. And if I have, I would have absolutely zero idea when I got muted. Oh my lordy. I can do 3 of these. And one more. Lovely. Fabulous. All right. In fact, after this, I feel like I need to go through again everything on the list and count up how many more fights I have to go with each one. Especially because I've done quite a few. Well, I've done a few, sort of a few of each character, I guess. A few Lees, a few Guys, a few Young Keepers. See who is actually properly likely to be the one I'm gonna be the first character to finish. Just right now, Sai, Shikamaru. Beautiful. And I also need to. I don't even know how it's. No, it's not even possible to gauge. But like, I need like a litmus test at the end of all this. Like, once I've completed the final fight, could I say with confidence that I went better at the game than I was right a year and a half ago? Well, it's more than a year and a little bit ago, but yeah. Could I say with all confidence? that was the case. Which I think I could. I do think I could. There's no there's hardly any way to litmus test it. Or any way to scientifically test. Well, there would be a way, but it would require me having had started the scientific test before I started doing this.
Has been decided.
Good.
And Sage. But I feel like I've done this. Who did I play Ruka? Sasrine. Oh, I must not have.
Battle begins.
Obito, what you doing? Oh, what are they doing? Oh, AI, you gotta stop. I should do not that one. I might actually do Fireball Jutsu. Might get through it faster.
Battle begins.
And last one. Lovely.
Has been decided.
Good. Touchy reanimation and young Hinata. I feel like I've done this. No, it was Rin, so it was a young girl, but it wasn't young Hinata.
Battle begins.
Resistance is futile. Amaterasu. Amaterasu.
Okey-doke, and another touchy reanimation. Oh yeah, that's right. The other thing too is if I think about because I'm slowly getting ready, thinking of I suppose V3, V4, V5 of my setup. But one of the next things that I am sort of half saving up for And considering I've spent considerably less this month than I was... Actually no, I was aiming to spend less this month than I have been the last couple, which has been going well. So, all going well, I should be able to have enough to buy a solo mic. Because what I want is to not have to rely on this little thing, because you can hear every breath, every inhalation, every... I'm not gonna do it. Every explosive exhalation. And I need to save you guys the torment. So I need to get a nice mic. Need to get a nice mic that I can do that with. And also probably get an arm actually, because otherwise, so I do like to lean on my desk, and I can't really have it sort of right here because I'm just going to keep knocking it over, and I can't have it keep getting in the way of me eating my ice cream, drinking my tea, otherwise it's just going to get absolutely wrecked, so I need to get a little arm for it. Who was I just playing as? That cub cloak. Oh my goodness, wait. No, never mind. Oh, got him. That hardly happens. Lovely.
How could I lose?
Tamari and Libido Sage. Fab. Oh, how we doing? We doing good. We doing fab. We doing great. We just ticking along slowly. Slowly making our way, although we're almost... Is it after this one? No. After the next set of 2 fights, we're at 4,100, which is lovely. But I'm going to keep going today until I've done 100 fights at a minimum. I think. I just want to try and get I'm thinking on Naruto days, I start a little teeny, maybe half an hour-ish earlier. Again, depending on what time I finish work, but just to get more fights done, so I can just cut back the finish time of all of this. Cut it back more. Although, we will hit the 3000s next time, which is exciting. It's as each of the big numbers goes down and slowly increments down by one. It's just like, ooh, we're getting so close. Still got absolutely no idea how I'm gonna celebrate the end of it though. Like I need to do something. I need to do something for the end of it. I've got no idea what it's gonna be. Character teal. Whoa! Oh, Ball, you genius! Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness! Yes! You smart. I could do a tier list. I'm like, right, now that I've played as every character at least 108 times, well, technically actually 107, because if you count the fight where I'm doing it as against themselves. Oh no, same thing, actually. Same thing. Yeah, now that I've played everyone 108 times, which one's my favourite to play as? Because that tier list will be, and have been very different if I had done it at the start. Because I would have thought like 10-10 would have been, you know, probably higher up on the tier list, but now I'm bloody putting her at rock bottom. Absolute bloody rock bottom. Yes! I'm gonna do that. And unless I've done one, and unless I do one beforehand, it probably will be like my first tier list. And then I can put, oh my goodness. Now all I could do, because one of the things I am wanting to do, because I've got all my stuff archived on YouTube right from day one. I was gonna put like a little, I don't know, like a 2-minute video together, like the path to 0 fights, and sort of just like, not time lapse it as such, but you know, have little clips throughout, just sort of interclip all the videos from, you know, start off with day one. I'm like, hey guys, it's me, day one of this thing, you know, with my like first ever, well actually it wasn't my first ever stream, but you know, my OG setup in the flat that we were staying in before we got the house. You know, all of that stuff. See me with like 3 followers. It's like, it's a nice, it'll be a nice sort of like, to see how far I've come since starting it. You know, started it with like 4 followers, and now I've got, you know, almost 100, which is not much at, you know, like the growth I think is slow, but I'm like, well, I'm not, you know, I don't actually particularly care, I guess. It'll just be more just to see how far I've come, really. Yeah, back in the dark times where internet was shut off every few hours. Oh god, don't remind me. That was just so odd. And then all they did was just like reset it. They just did something on their side with resetting something and it just magically fixed itself. It's just so weird. I really wish that I'd got the name of the person on the phone I was talking to, because I needed to like, because he was so lovely and so helpful. I just wanted to like put a little like, I don't know, customer support message, be like, hey, can you just give like Billy Bob, like, can you just like give him a raise, because he's fabulous. Yeah. Well, I'm thankful you stumbled on my stream as well. Like, how fortuitous that of like the 2 East 9 streams that I did, and that was purely just so I can just get the last trophy for them. Just like the coincidence, you know. But no, I am incredibly thankful to you as well. Like, you know, you've helped me a lot, like in terms of like fumbling my way around things, you know. But yeah, the universe made it happen, you know. I'm very much, very much, you know, I'm not a particularly, apparently there's a term for it, spiritual but not religious. Like, I was raised Catholic. I've sort of become a little bit disillusioned with like religion as a thing, but I still very much believe in God. So I'm like, apparently it's called spiritual but not religious. But anyway, the essence being that I'm very much a believer in like certain things happen and it's like, yep, that was meant to happen. Or like he sends you to do things, or he sends people into your life for a reason. It was one of those moments. It was fated to happen. It needed to happen. The world is a better place for it to. World is a better place for. Hang on, how do I phrase it? World is a better place for it happening. Yeah. That was Kiba I was just playing as, wasn't it? Yes. Oh, I think I've got to run pre-rolls after this fight as well. Pre-roll ads, I think. Lovely. You eagerly await my streams? Ah, you. And I must say, yours is probably one of the very rare streams where it's just like the best vibe. It's just like everyone there is just like, it's the equivalent of, imagine like you're all just like poolside at a resort and you're all just like lying in the sun with like your sunglasses on and sipping cocktails. Like that's the feeling that your stream evokes, and like I don't say that lightly. Like there's a lot of streams that have like chill vibes, but it's not like poolside sipping cocktails by the poolside kind of vibe. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. I should have told you how. You have not told me, actually. 1 in a billion chance that you found it. Was it like another where you just sort of just like, where you're like, let's browse, and then stumbled across it. Can be lengthy split parts, by all means. We live for a good story around here, around these parts. Okay, right, I'm gonna super quickly just run my pre-roll ads that I got to. So, for those of you who heard effects, you won't be missing much. Just a couple of parts, like maybe our fight, if that. And to the rest of you, let us continue. All right, what do we got? Obito, Sage, and Yugito. What's that? So back in 2018, favorite uncle passed away. We decided to go on a family vacation to Hawaii. Stationed there in the army, and we wanted to spread his ashes there. Met in Hawaii? You're both on. I'm jumping. I know I'm jumping, but like.
Battle begins.
And I'm sorry to hear about your uncle as well. I know it's, even though it's been a few years, it's never too late of a time to yeah, just wish condolences.
The victor has been decided.
Alright, and Victor.
Battle begins.
At the same time, sorry, cancels my hands at the time were. Oh, that's right. I remember you saying something about your hands. Did I lose?
I'll wait and see. Did you think I was just another girl?
Actually, I'm gonna update the list. What are we down to? 92. So 4,092. I am a little bit squeamish. Just a tad. Yes, don't have to send me things. Like, as curious as I am, in like a morbid curiosity way, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm probably, so Hawaii 6 hours behind where I live, so went back in the hotel, well, super into Overwatch, and so I saw the PlayStation buttons in the thumbnail, so I found my friend Tara, she streamed and chatted with her a bit, and we add each other on PlayStation. Back. I was in a pie chat with her and a girl. Alright. This is like a string of like it's almost like the what's it called? Like a series of like there's like a name for it where like there's all these sequences of events that are like so perfectly lined up. Like all of these things, if one of these things didn't happen, then like the chances of meeting her wouldn't have happened. Tasha and we found Terry Yosa earlier. She was really into Detroit Become Human, as were we all. She used to speedrun it. Tara's just a casual playful. She never talks in people's chats with them, but she took the chance. Talked to Tara, they became friends. Tara's also the reason why she's so into P5. Oh no, if it wasn't for Tara, then this Joker obsession wouldn't be a thing. The thing is, at the very moment when I was at the hotel, I would not have been able to been at work, not able to search for a stream. Gaw. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, it's adorable. Just the fact that all of these things, like, you know, like it's on one hand it's you know, all of these perfect coincidences lined up, but it's also like the fact that there's a little bit of you know, it's, I suppose it started from a not so happy place as well, and that the fact that, you know, something beautiful came out of it, you know, at the time when you would have been at your lowest, like it was just like the universe's way of saying, just bruh, just hold on just a little second longer, I've got something magical coming your way. Oh, I love it. I love it. I just think that that's like, that's the sort of stuff that just kind of, it's the sort of thing where like, it's the sort of thing where, what am I trying to say? It's like, I think that's one of those things where, like, I really genuinely, like, I really truly genuinely think that like, not like necessarily like it was fated as in the sense like all our destinies are preordained, but kind of like, I don't know, sappy, but like that's just God being like, yo, you know what, you've had an absolute rubbish go at it, you know, you're someone that we don't want to lose, so you know what, I think your time's come. I think I'm just gonna send a little bit of magic your way, my dude. You deserve it. You earn it, sort of thing. You know, it's. You know, I often say to the boy that I do genuinely think that he, you know, as much as we, you know, sometimes have our up and downs, you know, and at the moment we're sort of going through a little bit of a moment. But I do genuinely think that I'm like, no, he's exactly what I needed at the time that I needed him. And was probably and is still like the exact person that is right for me, I think. And it's I think it's like a similar thing with you and Tash as well. It just from that story, it's like that's like a divine thing, just putting all these like, right, the chess pieces are there, I'm now gonna like move them into place, you know what I mean? It's like, it's those sorts of stories where I'm like, there's someone up there, like that's just, yeah, and it's just so fantastic and just so adorable and cute and lovely and heartwarming and just encouraging that, you know, for people at their lowest, you know, it doesn't mean that that's how it's always gonna be. Yeah. Oh, well, hello. Oh, I'm gonna say it's Odarius. How are you? Now, I will have to break your heart to start off with. I do deeply apologize. But I'm going through a little bit of a preordained fights. Some fights that I've got a giant list that I've got to get through. So unfortunately, I can't 1v1. I do deeply apologize. But you are more than welcome to hang around. I hope you're doing well. Hope life is good. Welcome on in. I was thinking about it, Paul. Originally, I rather than a fight series, I called this like a tournament, and I think that gave people the completely wrong idea. And I'm like, oh, better change it so it doesn't say tournament, because then people think like I'm actually facing others. So I better not do that. But yeah, but I am thinking about it because I think this is I think just fighting games like this is. Very rarely is someone doing it just against the computer, I think. Yeah. Yeah, like, I wish it's like, yeah. I feel bad as well. I think it's all, like, it's a symptom of the kind of game I'm playing as well. It's just like, it's just one of those things. It's like with Tekken. If you're playing Tekken or Street Fighter or something, it's like, who's just playing against who's just playing against the computer when they're playing that on stream? Like, no one. So it's a similar thing, but no, I do want to do a thing. The other thing too is the fact that I'm on PC. Hardly anyone's on PC as well. So maybe I just got to jump on the PlayStation actually. Right, and then Naruto. And Darui. And I'm just trying to... I remember, like, I think I remember, I feel like I remember, like, you saying about your hands and stuff, but definitely not the Hawaii trip, and definitely not around the PlayStation, like the Terra and stuff. I think I'll be like little sprinkles of the other things. Yeah, and also about the hand model as well. Yeah. Yeah, no, I do remember that. I just thought that was just like, I don't know, I think if anything, as much as it's also like, I think as much as it's also divinity, I also do generally think it's like a karma thing, because honestly you are just so lovely and just so amazing, and it's just, yeah, it's just, I'm just so happy that such an amazing thing happened to you. I think warms my heart. It does.
Battle begins.
It's sad that we must part.
And oh my goodness, is it like in a couple of months? Isn't it in a couple of months where she's coming over to visit as well? So I just realised, I'm like, hang on, isn't she coming to visit like soon, in like August or something? Or is that next year? No, I'm pretty sure it's this year. Oh dang.
It's sad that we must part.
Has been decided.
And her pizza and face is completely cleared up. Dang. Goodness. Maybe I need to do that. Actually, no, because I've realised, because I had, during my teenage years, really, really bad, like, cheek acne. I've got, like, acne scarring, like, everywhere, all over my face. But my, like, cheek scarring's all cleared up, lovely. But I still do get spots, but I've worked out that they're purely hormonal, which is great. And also not great at the same time when you get big breakouts, but that is the struggles of being a lady, with your hormones flinging around 50,000 miles an hour. Oh, well, hopefully it's next year. I know how exciting it's going to be, so hopefully it's soon. I must say, what's funny is in hindsight, when I look back on it, like in the moment it was kind of like, oh my god, this is great, but then in hindsight I was like, oh my lordy. I went on the keto diet for like maybe about half a year. I think I did actually lose a hell of a lot of weight on it, but one of the things that I could have that was like allowed, and there was a recipe for it, was bacon pizza, where you get strips of bacon and lattice them all together so it's a square, cook it in the oven so it's like hard, and you put like cheese and more meat on top of it, and you have that as that's like a keto meal. And at the, like, I had a couple of them, I've had a few of them, very bacony, but I think about it in hindsight, I'm like, I mean, good lord, that is just not healthy. I don't even care if it's keto or not. Like, that is just not healthy in any book. So thank God I'm not on the keto diet again. And also it's one of those diets that's actually meant for epileptics. It's not really designed for, well, obviously you lose weight on it, but it's not meant to be long-term healthy. Yeah, and no more dizzy spells, thankfully. I think it was just the one, which was great. But I'm also curious to do my next trail stream. God, can't even get the words out. I'm also very curious to do my next trail stream because I've got a funny sneaking suspicion that the constant rotating of the camera was doing it for me. So I need to see on the next stream if it does it, and if it does it, then I know that it's the rotating of the camera that's doing it for me, and it's just sending my head into a spin. The fact I've also got this big monitor in front of me and a dark room around me and the light coming from the monitor. I had I think the following day I'm like, I wonder if it's that. Yeah, I think that there's a setting I can do. But yeah. Anyway, I'll test it out tomorrow. But yeah. No, Bunny did take care of me. He did indeed. But also he had zero idea what it could be. So he's just like, well, just make sure you drink water. Alright. To increase the font size. Good question. I'm gonna say no. I'll double check next time I load it up. Yeah. Yeah, I really hope it's not the game either. I might just have to tell myself don't rotate the camera unless absolutely necessary. I really hope it's not. I hope it was just a one-off. I mean, then again, when I sort of think about it, the last few weeks me and the boy have just been real, anxious and stressed and on edge from work. So I'm hoping it was just a perfect storm of possible things. It was just a perfect storm of dehydration, tiredness, work stress, all of those sorts of things together. Yeah. So when you hit play, go to the controller settings. Ah, the launch controller tool, okay. Yes, no, I don't think I did. Oh no, did I? No, I did, because I put it into windowed mode. I don't think I boosted the font size up. Make sure to check off high-res fonts, high-res assets, boost font size, and window mode. Okay. Okay, I'll remember that for next. Oh, actually, I could probably do it just super quickly after this, and just get it ready, and just in case I forget tomorrow, which I most likely will. Just realised I picked the wrong fight. I'm just going to cut that one off early. Oh my lord, I'm just going to kill that one. Oh, actually, should I have killed that one? Oh my god. I betcha I killed that fight prematurely and I actually haven't done it. Wouldn't that be a goof? might be a goof. And I haven't even done it, so I didn't even need to kill that one early. Ugh. Oh well. Oh well. Oh no no no. Do not worry, you're not distracting me. It happens literally every single time I do this. I will just like I've got the memory of a goldfish at the moment. So I'll like pick the wrong character, I'll do something, and I'm not even like aware that I'm doing it. I just kind of like just go into autopilot mode. So do not worry, you're not distracting. I'll load it up at the end of the stream. I sure can. Actually, because it will be after the next two fights actually, I'll have done 110 fights, and that's a good time to pause. So we're Sai and Yangara. Playing Trails with you, guess where you at? Ooh. Are you in the Geofront? Geofont? Geofront. International Trade Conference. Wait, is Toa's there, isn't she? Toa's there, yeah. Hang on. Do the Crossbow games and the Cold Steel games take place simultaneously? Like, are they taking place at the same time? Partial. Oh, okay. Alright, and last fight of the day. Send picture to Discord. Okay, 1 second.
Battle begins.
Oh, yeah, got him. Okay. Where are we?
Giant sand barrier!
Victor has been decided.
Wait. Wait, so, wait. I'm a little worried about... Oh, sorry, I completely read that wrong. I thought she meant, like... I'm a little worried about the Imperial Liberation Front. I hope, but the Imperial Liberation Front should be fine as long as Crow's with them. Sorry, I've read it like that. It's not the right way to read it. Oh, the, oh dear, things in hindsight. Hindsight's 2020. Oh goodness. 76. Alright. Dang, we did a lot of fights today. 176 fights. Fabulous. Alrighty-o. So that will do it for my Naruto-ness. Now I'm gonna I'm gonna load up my Trails game, and I'm just gonna spin that camera around till I be dizzy. Or not. Hopefully not. Right. Yes, settings. Okay, 1 second. Right. Okay, so I've loaded that, and then I go to that one, and I do launch controller layout tool. Now hang on, I'll see if I can just get my window capture. That one? Oh, there we go. Okay, hang on. So we're high-res fonts and assets I turn off. Windowed mode, yes. Boost font size. Oh, boost font size. There we are. So just those ones. All three of these. Okay. Lovely. So, turned off hardware vertex shading. Okay. Everything else is... Oh, you turned on these. Oh, okay, never mind. So those three on and windowed mode. Lovely. Okay. So we start the game. Let's go. Okay, start game. Right, and now I change my... Ooh. Oh, you can hear it, but you can't see it. 1 second. There we go. Now, let me just get the window over in the middle of my screen. Okay. Oh no, not start. Oh my god. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna have to redo that. Because I just started a new game. Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna launch this and I'm gonna pop it into a probably not 800 by 600. I'll probably do 124. That one. Yeah, I'm not that fancy. I'm all for my small screens. Okay, right, we're ready. Right, now let's start spinning. We're gonna be spinning the camera around. Let's just walk and spin. Let's just keep going. So we're just gonna walk around. Just gonna be spinning it around. Actually, I should probably be spinning it normal. Oh yeah. I'm not dizzy, but I can just like, I think it's just my eyes going. I think. Yeah, so I'm just gonna walk around, just tilt things around. Yeah, I think it's just my eyes dry. Try just the rotation. Oh yeah, rotation settings. What are we? Options. Camera. 45 degree. Oh, so I can leave it on that. That might do. Maybe I'll just do like that, I think, actually. If I tap it, it's like... Maybe? Hang on, just double... Yeah. Change game camera settings. Okay. So I'll just leave it at like... Maybe if I just leave it like that. Oh. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, I think that's what I've got to do. I think I just got to leave it there. Yeah, because I think my problem is I was just doing like, whoa, and let's go over there, and let's do that. But the other thing too is that the dizziness happened during a cutscene. Where like the camera was pretty stationary, so I don't think it's the camera. Yeah, I think my eyes are just dry today, which is why they're all woozy, but... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna... Oh, how does the text look? Is that the font boost? I'm gonna guess yes. gold do I have? 1,700. Way bigger? Okay. Oh, no, turn it off and look. Okay, hold on 1 second. Just gonna X out of that. And now launch controller layout view. And I'm gonna click that one, start game. Oh yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, it is actually. I see what you mean, I see what you mean. Alright, okay, so I can X out of that, and I'm just gonna stop that, change it back so the font size is boost font size, and then just go okay. Alright, okay, so I will, actually I'll leave us on, right, what windows have I got open? Because it won't, for some reason it won't show on Steam, but if I go there, to my lovely little Excel graph, so where are we? Where are we on here? So hang on, if I just zoom in. So, oh. So now I'll give you a little sneak peek about what I do now. So I go in, because that's there because I've got it technically open on the Excel desktop app. But I go, okay, so I've done all the way down to 76. Take that out, pop that in. I think I've already filled in those ones. So if I go BN 92, BN 92, yeah, I've already filled that one in. So technically all of that can come out. And so then I grab those and shift them up the list. Lovely. So next time, that's my next fight there. And I keep working my way down, and I've just realised something. Oh no, never mind. Have I realised something? Yes, no, there's my double. So basically what I do is I just go, ooh, I don't know, let's just say I randomly generated, so I run a little function that just from all of these ones that aren't filled in, because basically what I've done is conditionally formatted, so anything with a grey is I just put D for like done, and so they've all got D's, so oh goodness. So I basically get the range, and anything, return me a random cell that doesn't have D in it, or like just D, and it will give me one of these by random. So let's just say it's that one, Y58, so I will say I'll just put a D there, so that's done. I will pop Y58 over there. I then go to here and I find out, right, which one is Y. So that's column Y and 58. So that one there. So Kushina and May. And then I go back here and I type in Kushina and May. And then, because that's 84, so after that I'll be down to 80, or 86, I'll be down to 84. And that is my list. Oh, the beauty of it being online is that it just auto-saves, which is fabulous, because I would die if I had to unsave something. So yeah, so this is my sheet at the moment. All the lovely greens and the reds are the fights that I stupidly lost against the computer. But you see we've got lots of greens, quite lovely indeed. Did this start at like 11? Oh yeah, no, it started so at the top here. So that's me. So I've done 7,000 fights out of, well, it'll be more than that now, 7,100 and something out of 11,227. 62.07 of the way percent of the way done. It has been a mammoth of a thing, but I love it. And the fact that I'm in, like, because I'm at this point, I'm in so far that like nothing's gonna make me give up on it. Like, I'm taking this right through to the end. Like, if I was going to give up, I would have given up like 4,000 fights ago. But the fact that I'm here and I've done 7,000 fights, we're taking this all the way to the end. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be fabulous. And then all I need to do is then on my game tracker, which is my game backlog, I've just got to get all of this stuff done because I've got heaps on my wish list. But then, because I was doing this little like thing, so I've completed 327 games in my life that I can at least remember. So like all the games that I can remember like before university, so like pre-2015, I had to try and remember what games I finished. So I've probably finished more than that, but those are the games I can remember that I definitely finished. And yeah, and I've got 12 in progress and 9 to start, but there's more in the wish list. But yeah, last year I finished 44 games, and it's crazy. Although like that is like Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like there was sort of sets of games that I managed to finish, which probably boosted that number up. But yeah, it's pretty mean. I love it. I love like stuff like this. Like I will literally like. I would want to get, like, if you wanted to pay me, if I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to put myself online and be like, yo, you want a customize a game backlog? Give me like $2 and I'll do it. In fact, I'll even do it for free. That's how much I love it. Yeah, so far I've completed 20 games this year, including getting myself through Gears of War. And yeah, and then all my East ones that I've done. It's just, yeah. And then I've got my games in progress. It's lovely. And then I even like go even fancier, because like if there's games that have got DLC, so like Valhalla, I've got like the DLCs that I've completed. So like if I go like Wrath of the Druids, and that takes me to like the Wrath of the Druids page, so I've got it all done. So if you want something like this, like, by all means, let me know. Hit me up and I will hit you up with a beautiful game backlog like this. Full of just tables of just loveliness. But anyway, that will do me for this fine evening. I should just do a whole like backlog thing. I just love setting this stuff up. Just something about tables. Something about spreadsheet tables. But not like the like stuffy like business ones. Ones was like, let's categorize my Magic the Gathering inventory. I should just do a stream where I'm just writing up my Magic the Gathering card inventory. Just stuff like that. I love it. But anyway, that will do me for today. I will be back on tomorrow with Trails in the Sky, and then probably the next day with Trails in the Sky, and then actually, do I actually have my Magic the Gathering one? Just trying to think, because I did a Magic the Gathering inventory fucking ages ago, which I definitely need a like update. Definitely need an update. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, that's recently opened. How do I go to my actual files? Favorites? No. How do I go to my actual files? Oh, it's all on OneDrive. That'll be why. Here go my OneDrive and go to some documents. No, it's gone. Or is it My Games? No, it's Realm Reborn. Why have I got Realm Reborn in there? Why have I got that in my OneDrive? Don't even know I've got my... Where's my Magic the... Oh, hang on. I'm in the wrong place. That's why. I've got to go to my Google Sheets. MTG. This is my Magic the Gathering one, which I saved. Oh god, when did I last save it? When was this? 2021 was the last time I touched this. It's 2 years ago. So I've got like all of my cards, how many I've got, colour, abilities, even put that blimmin' flavour text in. Oh, lovely. And then so I've got hella cards. I've got, oh my goodness, oh my lordy, how many have I got? I've got, in terms of like distinct cards, 1,902. What have I got for mythics? Oh, good question. Let's have a squeeze. Create a filter. I have got, let's have a squeeze. I've got obviously the Planeswalker ones. Channel, which I didn't like channels. So I basically like got my cards from mum and dad, which were like they played it when it first came out. So there's like all these cards that I'm like, oh yeah, I know Strip Mine and Lion's Eye Diamond and all of that. Like, yeah, I've got those. No idea, like, oh, you've got those cards? Like, had no idea. You know, it's that sort of thing. So, yeah, so I've obviously got because I bought a whole bunch of like the like Planeswalker ones. Oh yeah, I've seen the price. I'm holding on to that card and driving that price higher. Like, not driving the price higher, but like I'm holding on to it as much as I possibly can. Yeah, so I think from the ones that mum and dad got, I've got Channel, Lion's Eye Diamond, Strip Mine, which someone told me that that's now like banned in competitions or something. And I think Vorapede? Possibly not though. I don't actually think Vorapede. No, never mind. No, it's not one from the old ones. But yeah, basically like Strip Mine, Lion's Eye Diamond, and Channel, which I didn't even think Channel was like. Didn't even think Channel was particularly. Yeah, because I've got this one, the 4th edition one. I've got that one because that's the artwork that's on it. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, so this is my thing. It definitely needs to be updated. I've even got like so like all the like the actual deck sets that I've got. So I've got like all like the actual ones and just noting down what they are. But then from the ones I got from mum and dad, like I just made decks. They're not at all viable. I just did it just like picking like my favorite cards from them. So I've got like one for each color. So those are like what my ones are. They're just awful. And I just said, hey, you know what? I'll just put one of each circle of protection in. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? So using these I would absolutely get like annihilated if I fought anyone with those. But yeah, but that's my magic thing. I do need to update it. I think on my old laptop is where I've actually got the updated one. But yeah. But anyway, that's me. That is me. I will leave it here. I will pick this up tomorrow with Trails. And day 90 of Naruto will be on Sunday. But until then, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Bull, for hanging around. As always, your company is much appreciated, much loved, much something. You know what I mean. Take care, stay well, stay rested, stay hydrated, stay fruity fresh, stay fabulous, stay warm, stay satiated. And I will see you next time. Bye.